Instagram began with a very simple promise: take a photo, make it look better, and share it instantly. That sounds obvious today, but in 2010 it felt fresh. Smartphones were becoming common, mobile cameras were improving, and people wanted a way to turn everyday moments into something polished. Instagram arrived at exactly that intersection. It was not trying to be the biggest social network in the world at first. It was trying to make mobile photos feel beautiful, fast, and social. The early app focused on ease: shoot, filter, post, like, follow. That simplicity helped it stand out from larger, more complicated platforms. It turned the phone camera into a social identity tool, where a coffee, skyline, vacation, outfit, or sunset could become part of a public visual diary. The original Instagram had one of the most recognizable design choices in social media history: square photos. Images were locked into a 1:1 aspect ratio, partly because it matched the iPhone display conventions of the time and partly because it created a consistent visual style. Every post looked like a small framed print. That limitation became part of the brand. Instead of feeling restrictive, it made the feed cleaner and more uniform. Users learned to compose for the square, centering subjects and cropping scenes in a way that felt intentional. The 640-pixel format also reflected the mobile-first reality of the early 2010s. Instagram was not built around desktop albums or professional galleries. It was built around quick, attractive snapshots made for the palm of your hand. The app was launched for iOS in October 2010 by Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger. Its growth was almost immediate. Instagram reached 1 million registered users in only 2 months, then 10 million in about a year. That kind of adoption showed that the product had tapped into something bigger than photo editing. People did not only want to publish images, they wanted a lightweight network built around images. The follow system created a personal feed, likes created feedback, and profiles created identity. Each user could become a curator of their own life. Unlike older social networks, where text updates and relationship graphs dominated, Instagram put the image first. The photo was not an attachment to the message. The photo was the message. Instagram's early success also came from its filters. Today filters may seem ordinary, but at the time they were a major part of the experience. A basic phone photo could be given warmth, contrast, vintage colors, or a film-like mood in seconds. This helped regular users feel creative without needing professional editing software. Filters did more than improve pictures, they created a shared aesthetic. Instagram became associated with stylized everyday life, where ordinary scenes could be made more cinematic or nostalgic. That aesthetic helped the app spread because posts looked different from standard camera uploads elsewhere. The platform quietly trained users to think visually. Lighting, composition, mood, texture, and personal style all became part of casual communication. In April 2012, Facebook acquired Instagram for roughly $1 billion in cash and stock. At the time, that price shocked many observers because Instagram was still young and had relatively little revenue. In hindsight, it became one of the most important acquisitions in technology history. Facebook understood that mobile social behavior was changing. Younger users were spending more time sharing pictures, following visual culture, and interacting through lightweight signals rather than long status updates. Buying Instagram gave Facebook, later Meta, control over a fast-growing platform that could dominate mobile visual sharing. It also prevented Instagram from becoming a major independent competitor. The acquisition marked a turning point. Instagram was no longer just a startup app. It was now part of a global social media empire. Instagram expanded beyond the iPhone very quickly. The Android version arrived in April 2012, opening the platform to a much larger global audience. A limited desktop interface followed later that year, then versions for other systems, including Fire OS, Windows, and eventually iPad OS. This mattered because Instagram's influence depended on accessibility. A visual social network becomes more powerful when more people can participate, browse, and publish from wherever they are. The platform also grew across languages, supporting dozens of them, including English, Hindi, Spanish, French, Japanese, and Korean. That multilingual availability helped Instagram become not just an American app, but a global cultural layer. Fashion, food, travel, fitness, art, comedy, and news all moved through the same visual infrastructure. Over time, Instagram's core post format evolved. The original square-only restriction was eased in 2015, and the platform increased image resolution to 1080 pixels. That change reflected a more mature visual culture. Users wanted to share landscapes, portraits, designs, and videos without forcing everything into a square. Instagram also added the ability to include multiple images or videos in one post, turning single updates into carousels. A travel post could become a mini-album. A brand could show a product from several angles. A creator could explain a process step by step. These changes made Instagram more flexible while preserving the feed as the central stage. The platform was still visual first, but it was no longer limited to one simple image format. Messaging features changed Instagram from a broadcast platform into a more private communication tool. Direct messages allowed users to send posts, reactions, photos, and conversations without leaving the app. This was important because social media is not only about public performance. Much of its value comes from private sharing, sending a funny post to a friend, discussing a creator, replying to a story, or continuing a conversation after seeing someone's update. Instagram's messaging layer made the platform stickier. Users no longer came only to post and scroll. They came to communicate. This blurred the line between social network, media platform, and chat app, a pattern that many large platforms have followed as they compete for daily attention. One of Instagram's biggest shifts came with stories. Inspired by the temporary, sequential posting style popularized by Snapchat, stories allowed users to share photos and videos that disappeared after 24 hours. This changed the psychology of posting. The main feed often felt polished and permanent, but stories felt casual, immediate, and lower pressure. A user could share what was happening right now without worrying that it would define their profile forever. By January 2019, Stories was used by 500 million people daily. That number shows how deeply the format changed behavior. Instagram was no longer only a gallery of curated highlights. It had become a real-time stream of daily life, reactions, behind-the-scenes moments, and quick updates. Instagram's influence grew because it connected ordinary users, celebrities, creators, businesses, and media brands in one visual marketplace. Hashtags helped organize posts around themes, from travel destinations to fitness routines to political movements. Location tagging made places discoverable through images, turning restaurants, hotels, landmarks, and neighborhoods into searchable visual experiences. Users could browse by tag, explore trends, follow accounts, and build feeds around personal interests. This made Instagram powerful for culture and commerce. Aesthetic trends could spread quickly. Small businesses could show products without a traditional storefront. Influencers could build careers from attention and trust. Instagram helped normalize the idea that visual presence itself could become a form of economic value. But Instagram's success also brought serious criticism. Like many major social platforms, it has been questioned for its effects on teen mental health, especially around comparison, body image, validation, and addictive design. A platform built on beautiful images can inspire creativity, but it can also intensify pressure to look successful, attractive, wealthy, or constantly interesting. The like button, follower counts, and endless feed create feedback loops that can be emotionally powerful, especially for younger users. Instagram has also faced criticism over policy changes, interface decisions, censorship allegations, and the spread of inappropriate or illegal content uploaded by users. These issues reveal the central tension of large platforms. The same scale that makes them influential also makes them difficult to govern responsibly. The story of Instagram is the story of how social media became visual, mobile, and constant. It began as a simple photo-sharing app with square images and filters, then grew into a global platform for identity, entertainment, messaging, business, and culture. Its rise shows how small design choices can reshape behavior. A filter can make people post more, a feed can turn images into social currency, a story can make temporary sharing feel natural, and a hashtag can connect strangers around the same interest. Instagram is admired because it changed how people communicate with images. It is criticized because that change also affected attention, self-image, privacy, and public culture. More than a photo app, Instagram became a mirror of the internet's visual age. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.